So this is the workout for Friday, March 27th. This is our shelter in place home muscle building strength workout. So just like the previous two workouts this week, we can use some equipment if you have it. So if you have a band, a dumbbell, or a kettlebell, they can be incorporated. If you don't have any equipment, one piece of equipment you can make yourself at home. If you didn't see the last workout, we started using our little shopping bag filled with stuff around the house or the kitchen. So I have some peanut butter in mine. I got a bunch of cans, coffee, rice, beans, whatever you got. You can just fill it up. I have a handful of things in here. Probably weighs about 20 pounds right now. So you can play with the weight, add a little, take a little out for each exercise you're going to use it for. So just like the previous two workouts, we'll have a movement prep, our circuit, and then of course our cool down. So let's get started. First movement prep exercise, it's a torso twist. So we'll get nice and loose here. All you're doing is twisting your torso left to right. Letting your arms go nice and loose. Getting some good pops here in the morning. So hopefully this feels good for you too. So we'll just do 10 total, 5 to each side. That's it. The Cossack lunge, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna get a really wide stance here, and then I'm gonna shift my weight back onto my heels. So my hips are back, weight on my heels. I'm gonna stretch over to one side, so all my weight is kind of leaning over to this side, and I get this leg nice and straight, so I really get that stretch inside. I'm gonna sort of circle my hips, so stay down low, circle my hips to the other side, weight still back on my heels, big stretch on the inside. Most of my weight's coming over this leg right here. All right, so if you see it from the side, wide stance, hips back, weight on my heels, stretch to the side, circle my hips to the other side. All right, let's just go 5 each leg. So now is the Cobra plus shoulder rolls. So I'm gonna get in this Cobra stretch where I throw my hips down towards the floor. And when I keep my arms nice and straight, I really roll my arms in. And now looking forward, I'm gonna slowly roll my shoulders back. Really trying to get a lot of movement from my shoulder blades. So I'll go 5 going backwards, and then 5 going forwards, all right? Remember, always keeping those arms straight, trying to get as much movement as you can from your shoulder blades. 5 each direction. And now we're doing the reach through. So on the reach through, we're on all fours again. Right now I'm gonna take my arm, I'm gonna slide it through the hole. I can bend this opposite arm. I'm just trying to reach this hand as far as I can, like I'm listening to the floor here. Right? I'm gonna go back up to the start. Now my other arm, slide it through the hole, bend this opposite arm. I'm trying to reach out as far as I can and back up. All right, so through the hole, nice far reach, back up, through the other hole, far reach, back up. We'll go 5 each side. Our last movement prep exercise is a triangle bridge. So triangle bridge, you're gonna lay down, dig one heel to the floor, and you're gonna cross your foot over your knee. You wanna push off this heel, get your hips as high as you can get them, and then I wanna rotate this knee down towards the floor, so I get that little stretch in my hip as well. Then all the way back down to the start. So bridge your hips as high as you can, try to rotate this knee towards the floor while keeping your hips level and back down, all right? Let's look at the other one. So heel on the floor, cross the foot here over the knee, bridge your hips as high as you can, try to rotate this knee down towards the floor while keeping your hips nice and level, okay? Let's check it from another angle here, right? So bridge up, knee down, back down, right? Bridge up, knee rotates down, back down. All right, we'll go 5 each leg, nice and slow. first exercise in the circuit is going to be a squat jump. So without any weight on the squat jump, you want to sit down on your heels nice and low. All right, we'll take a little pause at the bottom here for a couple seconds. So I'm nice and loaded up. I'm going to use my arms for momentum. So when I jump, I'm jumping off of my toes, and I want to land softly with bent legs right back into my squat. All right, so fire back up, nice soft landing. Take a pause, soft landing. All right, if you want to add a little bit of difficulty and you have a kettlebell, or you can hold the kettlebell in front, squat it down towards the floor. Same rules though. Fire off your toes, land softly with bent legs, and get your weight back on your heels at the bottom. All right, and of course, show with my favorite new piece of equipment. So grab my bag here, and then rules stay the same. All right, squat to the floor, fire off, and softly back into your squat. All right, so let's do 10 squat jumps. Next is the upright row. So I'm going to first show it with the band. So if you have the band, you're going to use it. You want to just step down the middle of it. And then for the upright row, you want to pull your hands up, elbows lead the way. So the top of your rep, your elbows are higher than your hands, and your hands are at about your collarbones, and all the way back down. Okay, so pull, elbows high, hands to your collarbones. And at the top of your rep, you should really be feeling it in your upper back area. So really getting that contraction on your traps. You should be feeling a little bit in your shoulders too. Okay? So if you want to do it with the kettlebell, you have a kettlebell. Just holding it here, and the rules stay the same. Right, lift, elbows high, till your hands to about your collarbones. Using our handy dandy bag here, right? Rules stay the same. Of course, you can add weight to this thing. Take weight out if it's too tough. If you're working with, let's say, a dumbbell, maybe it's a little too light to do 2 hands with. Right? You can always do a one-arm one, right? Rules stay the same though. Elbow high, hands about your collarbones. So lots of options on the upright row, and we'll just do 10 of them. Now you're going to do the one-arm shoulder press. So I'm going to show it first with the band. So you're going to lay your band on the floor, and then you're going to stomp on it. Now you're in control of how much resistance you get. So the more slack you take out, the tougher this is going to be. So step on your band, then you want to get it behind your arm. I want to have somewhere around a 90-degree angle with my arm here. And I'm going to press it straight up. Lock your arm out at the top. Then bring it all the way back down to the start. So big press, back down. Press, back down. And then you can switch, of course. Give it a stomp. If you need to adjust the resistance here, right? You can play with it, right? Get the band behind your arm here. Press straight up, and back down. Straight up, back down. Working those shoulders. If you have a dumbbell, right, you can get it up with both hands. Rules stay the same, right? Big overhead press and back down. And when I do an overhead press, I want to make sure I have a lot of tension on my stomach here and my glute muscles. It keeps my lower back safe and also prevents me from hyperextending into something like this, right? This is usually an indication that your weight is too heavy. If you have a kettlebell, the way you want to hold your kettlebell is you insert your hand into the top corner. That way I have an angle, about a 45-degree angle, going from my thumb down to my wrist bone here. Okay, and then the rules stay the same, right? Load it up, bend in my arm, press it straight up and back down. All right, that's for the kettlebell. It wouldn't be complete unless I showed you with the bag. So with the bag, I can just hold it by the handle here, put it behind me, and press away. Right? Press away. Bag presses. Bang, bada boom. All right, so shoulder press, 10 on each side. All right, now you're going to do a swing. So the ideal piece of equipment for the swing, of course, is the kettlebell. So all of you TFT members are or should be familiar with the swing already. So for those of you watching that maybe aren't familiar with the swing, I'll show you with what it looks like with the kettlebell, and then I'll break it down in slow motion without any weight. So swing, all right, looks something like this. All right, so if I was to break it down with an imaginary kettlebell, so I grab my kettlebell, I want to hike it really high in this pelvic region here, so now I'm nice and loaded up. So at the bottom of my rep here, I should really feel an engagement in my hamstrings, a little bit in my low back, really keeping your chest up, so good posture here. And as you start to stand up and drive your hips forward, right, the force of this motion pushes your bell out, right, and then gravity takes it back down, and you push it through the hole here again, right, back in this little stretch position, and drive back up. Now things to remember here are that you don't want to grip your kettlebell too tight, right? You want a loose grip, nice loose arms. So your arms are like wet noodles that are just along for the ride. So if I was to really exaggerate this little imaginary kettlebell swing, right, it would look like this. Okay, and if you're rocking like a dumbbell, you can do with the dumbbell too. So I just kind of cup the dumbbell like this, right? But then the rules stay the same, right? One thing about this is you really want to make sure that you're hanging onto this thing so it doesn't go flying through a window or ruin your floor or anything like that. And then, of course, we got to use the bag. So the way to look at the bag, I'm going to choke up on this so I don't have too much cloth flying around. But you know, the rules stay the same, right? Kind of get this thing going here, hike it through, push it out. Big stretch of your hamstrings, arms are nice and loose. It's kind of fun with this thing. All right, so swings, let's do 10 to 20 of these things, all right? I'll leave it up to you. Core today is the half Turkish get-up. So TFT members should be very familiar with this exercise. If you're not a TFT member or not familiar with this exercise, this is what it looks like, so I'll break it down. So we're going to start off with an imaginary weight. So you're going to lift your imaginary weight straight up. You're going to bend the same leg here. Really plant this foot near your butt, all right? And you want to brace out with your other arm about 45 degrees. So I'm going to start off by rolling towards my hip and then really pushing up onto this forearm. And at the top here, right, this arm stays straight. I have good posture, a lot of separation between my neck and my shoulder here. And I slowly want to roll back to my starting position. So again, I'm rolling to the side, pushing up on the forearm, good posture, back down. So things you want to watch out for. So if you're doing this exercise and this leg is coming up, something's off, right? Something's off in the technique. So start again, kind of reestablish what you're doing. So you don't want to sit straight up here, right? You want to roll to your side and push up onto your forearm and back down. So if you're feeling good with this, it's easy with your imaginary weight, we'll start adding weight. So if I have a dumbbell, right, just lift the dumbbell straight up. Same rules apply. So you really want to keep your eyes on your weight, so stay safe here. I roll to my side, push up on my forearm, back down. When you finish your set, right, both hands back down to the floor, nice and safe. Got to show it with my bag. Just kind of grab my bag here, that puppy straight up, right? Same exercise. All right, and then you have a kettlebell. Kettlebell's a great option. So you want to grab your kettlebell on the top corner here, right? Get in the crook of your thumb, right? Get it on up. Make sure you keep that wrist nice and straight. You can use both hands to get your kettlebell up, right? Bend that same side leg. Brace out, same rules apply. Keep your eyes on your weight the whole time and keep that arm straight. Right, use both hands to get it back down to the floor. Nice and safe. Don't damage your floor. All right, so half Turkish get-ups. Let's do 8 on each side today. First cool down stretch is going to be a basic quad stretch on your feet. So you want to grab your foot, you want to pull your heel towards your butt. And I want to keep good posture, really throw this shoulder back, and you should be getting a big stretch going down this big muscle that runs down the front of your thigh right here. Okay? And if you need to grab a wall or just grab something to kind of help keep balance, then do it. All right, so quad stretch, 30 seconds each side. Next stretch is the butterfly, old school butterfly stretch. So you want to get your feet together, pull your heels in towards you, and then when you're sitting up in this position, you want to really stick your chest out. So good posture, and then you're trying to force your knees down towards the floor while you scoot your heels in closer and really keep that good posture. All right, and just hold it here 30 seconds. In our cool down, it's going to be a seated twist. So have a seat, one leg goes straight, cross the other leg over. I want to twist towards this bent leg. All right, so I'll take my hand and I'll plant it right behind me, and then I keep this arm straight. All right, I'm going to get this elbow on the other side of my knee, kind of use this as a lever to push myself into a deeper stretch. And I really want to try to look behind me when I do this. Again, keeping really good posture. If you don't have the flexibility to get this arm over, just grab your knee and then pull yourself into that deeper stretch. If you watch my hand behind me here, I plant it close to my butt. I use this right here, keep this arm straight, and really get a good twist. And I'll just hold it here for 30 seconds, switch sides, 30 seconds on the other side. That's it. So that's it for today's workout. I hope everybody is getting something out of these workouts. And I think most people with this shelter-in-place thing, you know, have a little bit of extra time on their hands. So these workouts, you know, shouldn't take you too long. So I think you can really take advantage of these things, and these workouts are really designed to help kind of maintain your fitness level and kind of keep you in the game until we get back to the gym, which hopefully happens very soon. So keep working out, stay healthy, stay sane, stay fit, and we'll see you on the next workout. Later, everybody.